Hello, OFP Nation. It is Sunday, April 6th, 2025, and it is a beautiful day. We are here today to take a look at our watch list for the week and see what the markets may have in store for us, as well as, I guess, kind of take a look at the fundamental side of things as well. Nick, are you with me?
Yeah, I sure am.
He sure is. Who is with us today? Please, drop us a hello in the comments. Let us know your name, where you're tuning in from, so that we can say hey back. And if you have any pairs that you want us to take a look at today, please sit tight, wait until the end of the analysis, just in case we might touch on something that you wanted to see. And if we don't, you're more than welcome to share what you want us to take a look at in the comments, and we will do that for you. But welcome. We're gonna dive in. Nick, are you ready?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay, great. Hello, Boxing Corner. It is so good to see you. Welcome. Hello, MK Tech Trade. Michael from Kenya, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna dive in.
All right. So let's get right into it. We have literally been having a bloodbath this past week with the markets lately. And yeah, dollar index seems to be strengthening for a little bit. So we have literally been pushing to the downside for some time right now. Let's turn it over to a daily so that we can see this better. So on the daily, this is what we're literally seeing. We had literally head and shoulders pattern form, then boom, crash to the bottom, and we are reversing kind of in the middle of nowhere. Well, sort of in the middle of nowhere, but either ways, this is a support level. If we check on the 4 hour, it is a support level, a minor support level. So we could be reversing from that point instead. And then we could be seeing ourselves coming all the way to 104,600 on the dollar index. Then let's have a look at euro dollar. So let's turn that back to the 4 hour. So, yes, so euro dollar is also in the same situation. So we might be actually having a reversal next week. Probably coming down to 0.7350. So that's where we can see the market coming down to if the dollar does continue to strengthen for the rest of the week. Then if we look at pound dollar was in a consolidation for a bit, then pushed all the way up. This could literally be a pullback whatsoever, and we might be pulling back probably to this area at 27720, then probably bouncing from there, then going all way back up here. So that is my anticipation on pound dollar. But overall, looking at the fundamentals for this coming week, we do have unemployment claims. That seems to be like a major one. We also have CPI. So those are some things we can actually look at for this coming week. The actual day when red flag news is actually going to be available and pushing the markets is Wednesday. So we just have like a half week where we will have economic events. So that's one thing you can keep in mind. So then let's move over to dollar yen. So dollar yen crashed as well to the downside, and we basically at this level of support where we have closed right above it. So we might actually be reversing also on dollar yen next week. So we might just be actually having a recovery for the week, as things continue. Like we'll have a recovery with the dollar and everything else for the week, especially after all of this tariffs war. And let's look at dollar Mexican. So with dollar Mexican, we had a push down, then we had a push back up. So overall, we made a new low, and let's see here. Yeah, we made a new low, but that low was quickly reversed. So next week, I do see with dollar index to be probably coming back up to 21 for a Mexican peso to the dollar. So that's where I do think we could be coming to next week, because I saw a number of pairs that are emerging markets like Turkish lira versus the dollar, and that thing skyrocketed up to the upside after all of this tariff stuff. So overall, this is where I do think we'll be going 21 for next week on dollar Mexican. And let's look at pound yen. So pound yen, we dumped strongly to the downside. We are literally at a point of support, which is right here. And we rejected from that. Like we had many levels of support. We had support here, support there. We also had support over here. So we may actually be bouncing off this, but then this is a very steep slope. So we might actually want that this market probably forms a little bit highs and then a little bit lows, then probably make a new low. Then from there, we might actually be coming down here instead to this support level. So I do see ourselves coming down overall to 187 on the pound versus the yen in the coming days and weeks. So right now, I don't really think the market would just reverse immediately back up, then pro and then coming all the way here, but rather we might have consolidation for a bit, then we push down so that they can literally be something we can break out from, because we can't just literally jump into this. So until that happens, then we'll just be watching pound yen till it reaches 167 for a pound to a yen. And then let's also look at CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss also crashed, and we are making new lows again on CAD Swiss. It doesn't seem like it wants to cooperate at this point in time. But yes, we did finally make a very strong low point. So after all this consolidation for so long, for almost a year, we finally broke to the downside. So what does that mean? So this practically means that we'll be waiting for this overall long-term trend line to be broken right here, which may take some time, like maybe a few more days or even the whole month of April till we break this. Then once we break this, then maybe we can be looking for some upside potential, maybe even going all the way to 0.67. Can that be possible? Yes, possibly it can be possible that we just start shooting all the way up for the next three remaining quarters of the year on CAD Swiss. So that could actually be our trending forex pair for the year. Then let's look at gold. So gold last week, we did talk about two things. We talked about it making higher highs or lower lows. So we started off here. So we said that if the market comes all the way down here, if you remember really well, then probably NFP, we might actually have the market push all the way up. But then if we said if it does continue going up a bit, we might have like a pullback coming down to these levels. So that's what we're currently seeing with gold at the current moment. We might actually see ourselves coming to 3,000 this coming week. That's where I do think support will be, since this was a resistance, became support, and then this might be also a support level. So we will need to also wait for it to probably hold. If it doesn't hold, then we might be seeing ourselves pushing right through this, then maybe we come into 2,875 for gold to dollar. So that is my anticipation for next week on gold. Then let's look at NAS 100. NAS 100 has also been pushing to the downside, and it's been in a free fall. But of course, I do believe we're going to recover from all of this and start making new highs. But then that would be like a long term year end goal. For us to probably make a new high will take a lot for the market. So that is what we are anticipating. But as of now, we will just literally be waiting till that time happens. But for next week, what I do see is that the market comes slightly up, push down, slightly up, then push down, make a new low. Then from there, we can probably plot a trend line. Once that trend line is plotted, we can be waiting for a break to the upside. Then we might be touching these previous resistance levels, and here probably make a few highs here and there to probably recover from the market losses for over these couple of days that we have been anticipating the tariffs. Then let's look at US 30. So US has been falling even harder than anything else. Like you can literally compare this to NAS 100, and US 30 seems to be like in a number one shell here, because these are just like the top 30 companies, not even like the 500 companies or 100 companies. So it took a massive nosedive immediately after this tariffs and NFP, obviously. So it took a significant nosedive to the support level, which is right here, like these one, two, three support levels. So it might actually be bouncing from off here. But of course, we'll be waiting for the market to form some kind of structure where it comes all the way up, comes down, comes all the way up, then down. We make a new low right below here with some nice structure whatsoever, like here, like we can see here, up and then down, up and then down, like lower low, um higher lower high, yeah. Lower low and lower high, so those things, yes. So that's what we'll actually be looking to see on US 30. Then now let's move over to crypto. Let's look at Ethereum. So we actually talked about this also last week, that we're going to make a new low. We made a new low, and we're literally at 1,618 for a dollar towards Ethereum. So if we look at the daily, we are literally now about to touch support, which will be at 1,524. So we are waiting for that to actually happen on Ethereum. Then let's take a look also at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has just finally started making a few new lows. So I do believe that next week we might rightly come below 75,000 for a Bitcoin. So that is our anticipation on Bitcoin next week. Right now, it's still currently dropping, and we might actually be reaching 75,000 really soon. But overall, you remember this, the level I did talk about is 60,000. 60,000 could be a level that we could be seeing Bitcoin reaching in the next few months. But right now, we're just looking to make a new low here. And yeah, it looks very technical if you look at all the levels that we have been drawing, and everything looks very, very technical, because we even talked about this level, like us coming back to this resistance level last week, that once we come back to this resistance level, we might actually be dropping from there. And that's what the market did immediately once it touched here. Then those tariff news came out, then NFP, then boom, we went to the bottom, and we might actually be coming to 75,000. since we are now at 79,000 for a Bitcoin. So that is what we are currently anticipating on the crypto market. So this is where we actually conclude with our analysis for today. Rhea, you can come out from hiding now.
Well, hello.
Yes, welcome back.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for that lovely analysis. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always looking forward to a new week in the markets. So hopefully it's a good one. I do want to let everybody know we are down to the wire on our flash sale, our NFP flash sale, where you can get 20% off accounts valued at, I believe it's 500 or more. So that is going to end in about, what time is it right now, CET? It is in about an hour and a half. So there is an hour and a half left before we will shut down the 20% off flash sale. So go ahead, take advantage. If you've been wanting to get a 100, 200, or even a 300K account, now is the time to get it and get 20% off. All right. Do we have any other pairs we want to take a look at today before we exit? I might take my son out for ice cream. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Is it sunny?
It's a beautiful day. Won't you be mine? I'm sorry, guys. I am a goofy person, if you didn't know by now. All right. So it doesn't look like anybody has any other pairs they want us to take a look at. It's not past midnight for me. It's actually 3:18 in the afternoon for me. So there is plenty of time for me to take my baby boy out for some ice cream. Plenty of time. All right, guys. Thanks for coming and tuning in with us and taking a look at the markets. Remember to trade responsibly, use proper risk management. And yeah, let's have a good week. Remember, a good week is not always making a ton of money, but can you keep your money? So protect your capital this week, guys. And we will be back on Wednesday with our midweek analysis. Nick, is there anything else you want to say?
No, that will be all.
All right, MK Tech Trades, we are an instant funding only company, so we do not do evaluation challenges at OFP. Every account we offer is an instantly funded account. You can learn more on our website at ofpfunding.com. Tons of information there for you, and then also tons of information here on our YouTube channel as well. So hopefully that's helpful. Also, we typically do include our Discord link in the description of our lives. So if you want to join us on Discord and connect with our community and connect with our support team there also, you can. Absolutely, no problem. You're very welcome. All right, guys, we will see you on Wednesday with our midweek analysis. But if you want to come hang out with me and Nick tomorrow for our weekly podcast episode, you can always tune in with us. That'll be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Don't ask me what the topic is because I can't remember. But we will announce it. We will announce it tomorrow so you guys can see. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your day, your night, and we'll see you guys soon.